Hello, my name is Kristen Smith. I am going to be speaking to you today about South American pre-Columbus era and how we can relate real-world concepts through STEM from the study of past civilizations during this era into the present day. The pre-Columbus era, also known as the pre-Columbian era. This was known as the time before Christopher Columbus and when he discovered the New World in 1492. This was the beginning of a time that Americans began to experience another wave of exploration. The term pre-Columbus can also be defined by the great indigenous civilizations of the Americas. There had been many other civilizations and cultures such as Egyptians, Chinese, and later Scandinavian and Irish. They all assisted with the development of scientific knowledge. Some examples would include geometry, engineering, and spatial trigonometry, also known as navigation. There are ruins of Mesoamerica's cultures as far north as Ohio and Louisiana. What is STEM? STEM is the rigorous academic concepts that are coupled with real-world lessons as students apply science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. In the present day, we can use mathematics and engineering through architecture to ensure that their homes and buildings would last a long time. The people during the pre-Columbus era used the sciences in conjunction with the available resources. We can also see how science was used to help crops grow and increase productivity, which allowed them to feed their tribe and have a successful harvest. The people of this era would rely on harvest because this would be the way they survived. Increased productivity was a stabilizing factor for civilizations. During this era, agriculture was a significant factor in the development and stabilization of cultures. This is how they would feed their people. They would produce foods such as corn, potatoes, tomatoes, pumpkins, and avocados. With these foods, they were able to feed their people and also create jobs. The architecture during this era was incredible. They were built out of stone so that they could last a long time. The structures had a very unique style. Some of the statues would represent animals, gods, and great kings. Some of the structures are still standing, and people all over the world have traveled to see them. Through STEM, we are able to see a connection with the Columbian era and present day. When it comes to real-world situations, we use STEM with everything we do. For example, we use science to come up with medication to help people stay in great health. We also use it to help with agriculture and will help create a healthy and prosperous crop to feed many people. We use technology with everything we do. We use it to communicate and advance our knowledge. The people in the Columbian era used technology to create maps to navigate through the New World. Engineering is one of the most important aspects of STEM. We use this with everything we do every day. We use this to build houses and buildings. If we see this by the types of materials they used and how they strategically placed the materials in order to create a strong foundation and thus build a strong house. Lastly, mathematics. This is another thing we use in our everyday lives. We use this by calculating how far something is, the time, and adding things together. STEM is something that we use and we don't even realize it. STEM helps creating a society because they all link up and rely on one another. You cannot have one without the other, or else something will go wrong. Throughout the presentation, I have spoken about how STEM can be related to the past and present. The way we see the world has changed over the period of time, and we are currently evolving, and we are evolving through STEM. In the classroom, it is important to teach STEM. This can be used to connect different things and learn the history of things and make a connection on how things have changed over the course of time. All civilizations and cultures develop guides and special schools in order to perpetrate through sciences. Here are my sources. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my presentation. Thank you.